Hi everyone, Lisa here with Down to Earth Gardening and Design. Welcome to our video today. So today I'm going to be planting our DIY waxed amaryllis right into the garden bed. So I have some waxed amaryllis here. I have two that I'm going to walk you through how to remove the wax and plant them right into the garden. But first I want to say amaryllis can be such a wonderful gift or investment because they return year after year reliably. You just have to know how to handle them to get them through the year so that in the winter, around the holidays, you can have some beautiful blooms like this. So we potted up in our videos quite a few amaryllis, and this was one of them. So because I live most of the year in Connecticut and there are cold winters there, up there I grow most of my amaryllis in pots. And I also love having them in containers just so I can pop them around the house in the wintertime for some beautiful blooms and color. So if you are in zones 9 through 11, they are winter hardy right in the ground. So that means that we don't have to go through the process of bringing them inside in the winter, bringing our pots inside and forcing them to go dormant. They can just do their natural cycle right here in zones 9 to 11, and right now I am in zone 10A. So I will be planting them out in my garden today and leaving them there, so pretty exciting. So if you followed along with our DIY waxed amaryllis video that we put out before the holidays, because they do make wonderful gifts, right now this is probably what you have at this stage. So they've already thrown out some beautiful blooms, and once the blooms have passed, you snip the stalks off right here at the neck of the bulb. So just to show you here, and I'm not going to snip this because this is in full bloom, but just to demonstrate, I have this stalk. I actually really wanted to show you this too. I have a new bud coming. Love how they throw out multiple blooms and multiple stalks. So once it's spent, you don't want to leave your spent blooms on the stalk. You would just trim it with a sharp cut right here. So I've already done that with the three that I have here in front of me. So you want to leave the leaves. And this is really important because this is how they're going to take up their energy so they can throw out some more beautiful blooms next year. So you do not want to cut any of the leaves. Okay, so I've already removed one here. And we're going to work on these two together just so I can show you how easy it is to remove the wax. So you can either use some scissors or a sharp knife. And you're just going to try to slice it here. This is how easy it comes off. Now, the next thing we're going to want to do, because there is some moisture in there, is we're going to want to remove the outer layers. So you're just going to really just peel it like an onion down to a healthy, dry layer. Just kind of clean it off here. And that's it. We're going to let it dry for a little bit. So this one here, I just pushed on it a little bit and it cracked. So I don't even need to cut this one. Now I have to say that if you're doing this immediately after you cut your stalk back, you're probably not going to see this kind of moisture. But I've been having these around. They've been kicking around a little bit because I really wanted to do this video with you. So The proper way to do it is as soon as you cut your stalk down, you want to go ahead and remove that wax. It's unfortunate that a lot of people will throw these out after they're done, thinking they're a one and done flower, and they're really not. So last year we planted them in pots after we removed the wax. So this year we're doing a little bit of a different technique. Okay, so that's it for that stage. And I'm just going to leave them out for a little bit. I think I'm going to put them in the sun. I'm just going to let them dry off a little bit before we go ahead and plant them in the garden. Okay, before we continue with our project, I just have to show you a quick clip of my neighbor up the street who has the most gorgeous patch of red amaryllis growing right in the ground. So she said she only started off with a few, and over the years it just multiplied, and it is so stunning. They are a head turner. So I was on my bike, stopped, took some pictures and videos, and talked to her for a bit. Now your amaryllis multiply by either seeds or bulbets. So she's not done a thing to propagate these amaryllis. They have just multiplied themselves, and how gorgeous are they? Okay, here we are outside getting ready to plant our amaryllis bulbs right into the garden. And a couple notes on that. So remember, I'm in zone 10A, so you can plant your amaryllis in the ground in any hardiness zone. The trick is 9 to 11, we can leave them right in the ground the whole entire year. So up north, if you're in a colder climate, you can still plant them in the ground, but when it starts to cool off in the fall, you want to lift them, bring them inside, and give them their dormant period. So little note on your hardiness zone, which is also very important if you're a gardener. So they do require full sun. So they want 6+ hours of sun a day. So I have a south facing spot right here. They love their well-drained soil. So this is perfect. I just prepped this small little area here, and you can see how sandy the soil is here. And we want to give them a little bit of space. So I have my 3 bulbs here, and I have a small little patch. It's probably only a little more than a foot deep at the widest and about 3 feet long. The great thing about this spot here is that it has room to grow. So once they do propagate, and I hope so, I would love to see a huge patch over here by the fence, I can just edge this garden out and give them plenty more space. So I am going to space them out a little bit here. So I've got them planted, let's see, we're going to plant them about 6 to 8 inches apart here. Now when you plant them, it's the same as planting them in the container. You want to leave about 1/3 to 1/2 of the bulb exposed. So we really only want to have our soil line right up to here and leave it exposed. Okay, that's it. They're settled in their new home, and I'm really excited about having a little patch of amaryllis outside in the garden. So, once again, aftercare, you want to leave the leaves, so let them run their natural course. So they're going to have these beautiful green blades here, and we're just going to water them about once a week, treat them like a house plant. So not a ton of water. They love their full sun, well-drained soil, and minimal water. And then in the fall, probably in our zone here, it'll be late fall, you'll see that the blades will turn brown, yellow and brown, and they'll break off easily. And so then you won't see anything in the garden for a little bit, and then they'll start popping up in the winter and throw up some gorgeous blooms. So pretty easy, pretty exciting. So that's it for today. I'm actually not going to water them. I'm going to leave them a bit because they were a little damp. I hope you enjoyed our video, and if you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for some future gardening fun.